Student Council President Inukami and Kazuki are heading towards the student council room with students wondering if they are dating. Inukami is eager to modify the school regulations as Kazuki informs her that the required paperwork has already been prepared. Ken Usato, on the other hand, leads an average school life. His days are dull, but he looks forward to a better future. As Usato prepares to return home, he realizes that his umbrella is missing and wonders whether it was taken. He then spots another abandoned umbrella, but his conscience prevents him from taking it, so he waits for the rain to end. I'm pretty sure Usato is not an ordinary teenager. Even after waiting there for some time, the rain doesn't seem to halt. Suddenly, Inukami appears out of nowhere and questions his presence there. She asks if he doesn't have an umbrella, to which he replies positively. Before she could say anything else, Usato announces that he's heading home, but Inukami stops him, asserting that she can't allow a student to drench in rain. In the meantime, Kazuki also appears at the spot and offers Usato his spare umbrella. This shocks Usato as he wasn't expecting Kazuki to remember his name and deciphers that he is actually a nice guy. After formally introducing each other, Inukami offers to walk together, which further shocks him as the most popular girl of school just offered filth like him to accompany them. Scenes like these make you wonder if they have ulterior motives. As they are walking, Usato bluntly comments that he wasn't expecting Kazuki to be a friendly individual since he has always seen him talking to girls. This weird conversation continues for a while as Usato deduces that both of them are actually normal high school students. He even questions them regarding their relationship, asking if they are dating, even though he knows this is something a soul loser would ask, and it makes him sound like a literal creep. But we know how dumb MCS are these days, so we'll let this slide. Anyways, Usato's question shocks both of them since it was way too straightforward, unlike others who talk behind their backs. Inukami then asks him regarding his future planning as Usato asserts that he hasn't thought about it. She had posed the same question to Kazuki, and he questioned her about it. Inukami remarks that she is inquisitive about other people because she does not have any ambitions for herself, which astounds Usato because he did not anticipate such a bright student to have no plans. Inukami believes she does not fit in with this world. Suddenly, Inukami and Kazuki start hearing bells ringing, but surprisingly, Usato cannot hear any of it. These voices keep getting louder as Usato curiously approaches them. At that moment, a mysterious portal appears around them, with Usato realizing that it is a magic circle and that it might teleport them to another world. Kazuki cannot comprehend what he is talking about, but Inukami seems weirdly excited for someone who's getting ice-skied. To be honest, I was waiting for Truck-kun, but this is also acceptable. After some time, Usato wakes up at a mysterious place with soldiers surrounding them. Kazuki lets him in regarding their current situation and seems quite distressed regarding this. Inukami, on the other hand, is extremely excited about all this. Her eyes tell me that there's something seriously wrong with this woman. The King Lloyd Volgast Lingler introduces himself as the King of Lingler and explains the reason for summoning them here. According to him, they are summoned here as heroes who will protect them from the tyranny of the Demon Lord, and further explains their circumstances. Imagine relying on mere teenagers to save your ass because your generals are incompetent. These Ice-Sky troops never fail to amaze me. Despite his explanation, Kazuki refuses to cooperate with them and instructs him to send them back. The king, however, is completely powerless in this regard since they can only summon them. Kazuki is prepared to resort to violence, but Usato and Inukami calm him down. Suddenly, the king approaches them and literally begs them to help them. He even promises to figure out some methods to send them back. Hearing this, Inukami questions the reason behind choosing them as hero candidates. Hearing this, the mage explains that the hero summoning ceremony is designed to select accomplished individuals and that they must have heard some bells. Usato comments that he didn't hear any bells, which makes them realize that he just got dragged alongside Kazuki and Inukami. I don't know if I should feel bad for Usato or laugh at him. My man got dragged into an ice sky where he can be killed any minute. After this, Wellesley takes them to the room where their magical attributes will be discerned. After preparing everything, she asks Inukami to put her hands on the magic ball. As soon as she puts it on the ball, it starts glowing yellow, which indicates that she possesses thunder magic, which excites Inukami. Kazuki fails to comprehend what she's excited about, but Yusato immediately understands what's cooking in her mind. Like I said previously, there is something wrong with this girl. Now it is time for Kazuki to decrypt his skills. This time around, the magic ball shines white as Wellesley explains that this color depicts light magic that is extremely effective against demons, and is typical for a hero. Inukami's weeb brain comments that he can utilize his magic to create magic swords and shoot magic beams, but Kazuki cannot comprehend what she is saying. Yusato explains that Kazuki doesn't understand what she is blabbing about as Inukami deems him sharp-tongued. Her perfect image has been completely shattered in Kazuki's mind. It is finally time for Yusato to appraise his magic attribute, and as soon as he places his hand on the ball, it emits emerald color. Yusato is extremely glad that he possesses some sort of magic, but Wellesley seems terrified. Without wasting any time, she takes Yusato to the king where she informs him about Kazuki and Inukami's abilities. Upon inquired about Yusato's magic attribute, she reveals that the crystal turned green when he touched him, which shocks everyone. At this point, Yusato himself doesn't know what ability he possesses, but judging from everyone's reaction, it is quite terrifying. Hearing all this, the king immediately instructs Wellesley to make arrangements to hide Yusato, and as they are conversing, a mysterious individual smashes open the door. At one point, I was scared that he might get the shield hero treatment, but I'm glad he didn't. All the guards and even the king himself is extremely terrified of that person. Without wasting any time, the woman questions him regarding the hero summoning ceremony and if the heroes have arrived. King Lloyd addresses her as Rose and wonders what she is doing here. Rose explains that she serves the king and cannot take a single day off. She then comes across Yusato and asks if he is also a hero, but Lloyd refuses, explaining that Yusato is an ordinary teenager who got dragged into all this. Following their formal introduction, Wellesley informs her that the heroes are waiting in the crystal room. I wonder why they are hiding all this from her. Something is fishy. As Rose is leaving the room, Yusato questions the king regarding his magical attribute and what does the color green depicts. Wellesley and the king were trying their best to not reveal this information to Rose, but Yusato himself dug his grave. Hearing this, Rose announces that she will take Yusato with her. Lloyd orders Wellesley to take Yusato away from Rose as she utilizes her magic to blast him away, but Rose manages to capture him and informs the king that she will turn him into a fine soldier. With this, Yusato's future now lies in Rose's hands. Wellesley also informs Kazuki and Inukami regarding Yusato's circumstances and that Captain Rose has taken him to the rescue team's headquarters outside the capital. She further reveals that Yusato actually possesses healing magic, which is extremely rare and only Rose possesses this magic besides him. Inukami deems this the perfect opportunity, but according to Wellesley, Captain Rose's methods are quite unorthodox and definitely not meant for normal humans. What does she mean by normal humans? Is Rose building some sort of cult? In the meantime, Rose takes Yusato to the rescue team headquarters where she explains the circumstances and that he possesses the attributes to become a healer. She then introduces him to her team, which is full of weird and terrifying men. The guys introduce themselves, but Rose realizes that they are scaring him, so she thrashes one of them into the wall. Rose explains that even though they are her subordinates, they don't possess healing magic, and that there are other two members as well who serve inside the capital. At this point, Yusato has realized that Rose is someone he shouldn't mess with. She then allotted him a bed in Tong's room. I wonder what sort of hellish training Yusato will undergo under Rose, and what even is this rescue team? What role do they perform in an all-out battle against the demon army? Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything.